What's up, YouTube? Like the title says, I got this radio. It's just upside down. You'll see in a moment the reason why. It's a Grundig, and it's just a portable radio. It does have AM, FM, and also short waves. But these days, short waves are pretty much useless because there are no longer really stations unless you listen to Cuba or something like this, or China. Anyhow, I also found in a thrift stores this, it's a cassette Walkman if you want, Sanyo, and it does have a radio to it. And I believe it's a model maybe from the maybe mid 80s or so. It's not necessarily an expensive unit, perhaps a mid-level unit, so nothing really special, but it does have this scale. It's an AM FM only stereo, and I wanted to compare not the reception, because the reception varies from other factors, but the sound on two. Let's pick up two AM stations. I'm in Montreal. You'll see one of them should be talking, the other one I'm not sure what it is yet, but let's just listen to the sound quality. And I will try to match correctly the station, because this one it's more fiddly to find the station. And I'm going to use, if you want, a line out. It's connected to a set of computer speakers which are powered. There is a subwoofer, and it gives you an idea.
Aujourd'hui, là, ça circule encore très très bien du côté du tunnel Louis-Hippolyte Lafontaine. 40 en direction provenance de Québec, ça va. La 30 en est et en ouest également. Également recommandable à cette heure-ci. Les traversées dans l'ouest des ponts de Madeleine-Parent, Serge-Marcille, Monseigneur-Langlois sont recommandables. Traverser l'île Perrault.
You can go back into the video and play back again, but this one, the sound, it's significantly more muddy sounding. It's muffled. It's the same strength, but this Walkman, the radio on the Walkman, sounds to my ears more clear. It's it's just more clear voice, actually. Let's just try another station.
Welcome back. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. I'm Andrea, along with Orla. So we know that wintertime can wreak havoc on our skin.
Our skin during these cold, dry winter months. Joining us now is dermatologist Dr. Miriam Hakim from Victoria Park. Hi, Dr. Hakim. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much. Nice to hear your voice.
Okay. So hopefully it's almost enough to get an idea. This one again seems to be the sound seems to be more clear. Now perhaps you wonder why would I do such a video? Obviously I was using this one, and then I did switch for the Walkman. I do have quite a good insomnia at night, so I need to just listen to the radio. And usually I will just listen to the radio on earplugs, on headphones if you want. Obviously this one does not have a speaker. This one has a speaker. But if you just listen to earphones, so headphones or something like that, and you are looking for a radio for AM or FM, just normal standard stations, then perhaps you don't need to spend $50 to $100 for one of these portable radios. I've seen someone on a forum, perhaps an old lady, she was complaining a little bit about the fact that in 2020, well, actually 22 right now, it's harder and harder to find a radio, just a basic radio unit. We all have cell phones and stuff, and the market for these units is just not that big right now. And she was complaining about not finding things like this, or at least not having a lot of choices. But if you go on eBay and grab one of these, maybe $5 to $10, you don't have to use the cassette. Actually, you are not even going to power up the cassette player itself, just the radio unit. And if you don't need a speaker, $5 to $10, even at thrift stores, go for it. It's just perhaps going to be more than enough for you is going to work, perhaps give you even nicer sound quality than the average portable radio player. So just giving you an idea, maybe that things are just perhaps going to be more pleasant to listen to them than something more modern. This one is not exactly modern, it's about 10 years old, but you still find a lot of similar models on the market. And yeah, again, they range from around $50 to $100. So maybe you wonder, why is the sound quality better on this unit than on this one, which is a specific radio? Well, this one is just the radio part of them was just a patch, were just basically these were cassette players, and they would, some manufacturer would just add the radio to them. Just sometimes maybe you want to listen to radio for some reason. Well, these things actually, the sound from the radio, it's passing into the unit itself, which had perhaps better sound amplification quality too for the cassette playing. So when you listen to the radio, the sound does use all the electronics meant for the cassette part, and those electronics were actually good quality. So we're not built to be cheap. Depends, if you buy a cheap one, of course it's not going to be good, but for an average model, it's going to sound pretty neat, actually surprisingly good. And again, I'm doing this test, or I did this test on speakers, on kind of set of computer speakers, but if you use the air plugs, you'll see even more difference. So that's why perhaps these units will give you better sound quality on the radio than a designated radio unit, a modern one from 2020 or so. Okay, so I'll give you just a trick. Maybe you can find these things, you can grab them from thrift store to $3, and who knows, maybe it's going to be more than enough, and even perhaps better than one of these more fancy units, which also have a lot of buttons, functions and whatnot. It's not exactly easy to use them. There is also a disadvantage, is that you have always a rotating knob here, so it's a well to select the station radio. While this one also is rotating, but you see a display. It's easier to select a station radio with this one, but it depends. If you're not too fiddly, you just have like the more popular AM station radios that you listen to. Give this thing a try. Thanks for watching.